Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. I bought me some stencils from PM Artist Studio, so I thought I would show you what I got and then play with them on the gel plate. If you haven't heard of them, I will link their information down below. They also gave me a promo code, which will be down below, unless you can see it right there. They're a lot of fun. They are on YouTube 3 times a week. They have a Facebook page and everything, and that will all be down below. At least a link to their channel so that then you can see all their stuff. I've been watching them for a long time. I think Froyle might have been the first one I saw with the stencil from them, or Patty. I don't know where I saw it, but it's been a long time. But I've never bought their stencils because I'm trying to be good. Oh, so this one is A Murder of Ravens and Crows, and it has 2 birds on here. They give you the outside so you can use it as a stencil, and then they have these. Aren't they cool? Let's see. Do I have any black paper? Let me check. It's not black. It's dark gray, but it'll work. You can see how cool these are. Aren't they cool? And they have designers now, so they do some of their own designs, and then they have designers that also create them. I don't see the name right away on here, so I don't know, but aren't those cool? So that was the first one I got. Let me put it back in here. I'm going to have to figure out a decent organization for my stencils. And then this one. Oh, see this one. This one, that must have been one of theirs, because this is Paula Keene's design. And it's rune blocks. My intention of buying this is to cut them out individually. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do a stencil and then cut them out, or cut them out, but it's happening. And yeah, I got the border for that one too, but if I'm going to cut them out, I don't think I need the border, but I haven't gotten rid of it yet. Hanging on to it. Oh, it's so bad to give people extra junk when they're mixed media artists, because they save everything. Yes, we do. We save everything. Maybe I could paint on it. I don't know. Okay, this next one is Nested Circles. They've had this one for a long time. I think this is one of theirs. And they're nice enough to put it in this little baggie, because these are crazy tangly possibilities. That must have been one of the offcuts. Thank you. Yeah, but you get all the bits. See, there's a insert. Those will make great, like, stone shape. See, that's another one. These are cool. I like these. These could be interesting. But I've wanted these nested circles forever. And there's so many. There's so many. I can't remember. It's a set of 12. So there's 12. You can see that one. Plus all this extra. That one has a little spot still in there. A couple of them. That's okay. They come out easy. And then this one. Gee, look at that. Now I gotta put them all back in the bag. I got them. I did open it and kind of look, but I didn't pull any of these individuals out. I'm like, oh, that'll take a minute. So, figured I'd do it with you. And we can see them together. Whew. I don't think I'm going to keep those two little pieces. Or maybe they'll end up in my 100-day landscape project. And you do get the, you still get the outline of that. That one has possibilities, I guess. Woo. Okay, this next one is medallion coins and 12 small and large. So you get 6 small and 6 large. There's the outlines of them. I love circles, and I just thought these looked really cool. Can you see it? Okay. There's only 5 there. Maybe it's hiding. It's hiding. There's number 6. So there's the 6 small ones. And then I think the large ones are the same pattern, just larger. How about mixing those with the rune blocks? I don't know. Could be fun. Just even one, like, circle. Ugh. Anyway. Fun stuff. But they're done on Yupo paper. So I've never used a Yupo stencil before, but I have used, like, I've made my own out of paper, so can't be any worse than this. Now this is Froyle's design, and it's her, it's a quote. Isn't that cool? That just looks awesome right there. Now, did she have the quote? I'm going to have to go back. On her, the video Froyle did, she tells you what this says. So I may have to, it's very motivational, and she wrote it to motivate herself. But I'll have to find it. So I can know what it says. Okay. And of course, I had to get dragonflies, right? These are the first things I'm going to stencil with. Oh, I didn't realize I got so many. A set of 8. There's 5, and then there's these little ones. 6, 7, and 8. Aren't they awesome? This one is going to be a main focal on some gel print we do today, because I'm excited to try it out, and the day I'm filming this, the Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group is doing a video hop that's called Winging It. So these will work with Winging It. I'm not doing the video hop, but maybe one day I'll be prepared. Oh, and there's the masks for the dragonflies. So, and obviously now you're going to know what the next thing is. Butterflies, and even, not the mask, the outline. Those are actually masks. These are stencils. Okay. And the quote is there. It's kind of stuck together. And then the last thing I got was monarchs. Monarch butterflies. They had a moth one too. I think it was a moth. I can't remember. But I think monarch's my favorite. These are so delicate. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to use these. Oh. And this still has stuff in it. That's okay. It's cut pretty good. Oh man, can you imagine cutting these for people and like having to pick out the little bits? for every single stencil you cut for people? That would be a pain. I think that's all. Nope, there's another spot. Almost need glasses. Anyway, these are my stencils. Aren't we excited to use them? I haven't done, I don't know what's been up on my channel, because by the time I do this one, but I haven't, I've been doing my 100-day project so much that I haven't done any jelly plating for weeks. So we are going to get out the gel plate, do some printing, and see how rusty I really am. So when I bought the Dragonfly stencil, I could just imagine it in gold. This is Artesa's Antique or Aztec gold, and I could just see it with the dark background and stuff. And I wanted to try doing the Patricia and Mariah call it the long haul technique. It's where you get the stencils down. Well, I put paint underneath because I wanted them gold. But you do several pulls with different colors over the top, and it kind of builds up some color around the edges of your stencil and just makes it really kind of interesting. So I'm going to do multiple pulls. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on a little table so it wiggles when I rub my hand on there. But I did a little bit of the purple. I think it's Dioxazine purple, and you know, I didn't write down the colors. I'm so bad at that. Let's just say it's a rusty red color. It's not my favorite color, but I do like a little red, and I thought I would do colors you might see in the dragonfly wings. Just for the heck of it. It's kind of Chinese, right? Like, but see, you can see right there, second pull, I lost my stencils. They came up, so this definitely not a long hauler. But I wanted some action going on in the background, so I do this, but I'm really light. It doesn't look like it, but I was really light and really quick, because I know if I let it stay too long, it would pill up the dragonfly. And now I'm just putting a darker blue down, just to create a little bit of something interesting in the background. Again, making some marks. And then this is some paint I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. First time using it. Had no idea what it was going to do. And I got too much on there, as you can see. And this is, it's called Treasure Gold, and this is Antique Copper. I figured I'd have a little metallic in the background. And too much paint. And I didn't let it dry. If I just sat there and let it dry, that would have worked. But I didn't. So now I'm putting brown. I think it's probably burnt umber or something. And then we're going to lay this down and let it sit for a while. Of course, I edit it so you don't see it. And you can see there's a wrinkle there. Oh, yes. And I didn't have my overhead camera going, so here's the pull. And there you go. You can see the Aztec gold. Anyways, at the very end of this video, I will have a flip through of all the pages I create. So here I'm going to try the long haul again. This time, there's no underpaint. I stuck the stencils directly to the plate and hope that they will stick a little bit longer. Still doesn't stick as long as, like, Patricia and Mariah, if you've watched any of their videos where they do the long hauls, they get 20 or 30 pulls. It might be the paper I'm using. Like, I was using rice paper sometimes, copy paper sometimes, to pull the different layers. Oh, this is a bright color, isn't it? Orange. So that's rice paper that I put down. Because I have some already cut in this size, so I wanted to use it. I think it might be a little sticky. So I was trying to get all the excess that was around the edges. But there's my orange one. Can't remember if that was black or a dark blue. I think it's a dark blue color. Possibly ultramarine? I don't know. Oh, maybe dioxazine. No, not dioxazine. Eudanthine? I don't even know. I don't know why I'm trying to tell you the colors. If I didn't write them down, I'm no good at guessing. But you can see already, this is copy paper. It is starting to stick to the stencils I'm pulling up. But I'm going to keep going. Not even going to worry about the paper that's stuck to the stencil there. I'll deal with it when it's over. They say you can soak the Yupo stencils and get the paint off that way. I don't usually even wash my stencils, but the ones with paper, now isn't that interesting? That was interesting. But the ones with paper, I might try to get that off. Now I'm going in with the brown again. This one is really interesting. Like, I get enough layers that the color does seep under the stencils in interesting ways. So the final pull from this one, I think, is really interesting. There was the brown. That one's definitely the dioxazine purple. So I figured dragonflies needed purple. Anybody counting the layers? Still doesn't end up to be as many as they usually do. And I wanted to throw some turquoise. I like my turquoise. It's craft paint. Oh, and I think this is the one I really like, the color on this one. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's subtle, but it's cool. I think this is black. Yep. I am using a variety of brands of paint. That one was the Hippie Crafter. A lot of Liquitex, and then some random bits of craft paint. So there's the black. Now I'm going to lift them up. See all that color that's made its way underneath? Of course, not on the mask ones, but on the ones that have openings. The small ones without the details really stuck really well. You can see all the variety of color. It's like in different patches on there. So I let it dry. I did wait for it to dry completely before I take this layer. And I go in with my cardboard to make marks, trying to avoid the dragonflies and just get the little areas in between, just to make it interesting. I let that dry, and then I put another blue. This one's a little bit different shade, and I mix it so
So those are Hippie Crafter colors. Just to get a mottled effect. And then putting the paper down, and noticed I didn't set it. I'm really sorry that there's cut editing there. I'm really sorry about that. The dragonfly one turned out really cool, and you will see it. It's at the end where I do the flip through of everything. And that I was just cleaning off the plate. So I did end up chopping these up. And yeah, I'm really just trying out the stencils. I do feel a bit rusty, and I don't know, not quite in my groove, I guess. But yeah, I'm just messing around, just seeing what I could do. That you can't even see. So I decided to make this kind of a long hauler-ish one. So I left those down. We're going to take another layer. I'm actually going to put some more of the rune blocks down. Trying to decide where I want them to go. And then pull this one. So it's kind of got interesting layer effect. Now I'm adding pink. I think that paint's about empty. It's really transparent too, so it doesn't, like for this print it'll be fine, but I don't remember if you see any pink later. And again, another layer. That was the purple. I'm not sure why I felt like I needed to go in and pull twice on each of those, because that kind of removes the extra paint off, which you're kind of going for, right? Do one of these in the orange. This copy paper I bought at Walmart, which is super cheap. It's like the worst. Worst paper. This is Payne's Gray. I have just a little bit left in this bottle. It wouldn't even squeeze out, so I probably end up putting too much. Because you know when you cut it open, you're like, I want to use it all. Get it all used up. So it's a really juicy Payne's Gray. You can use as you can see, you can use the brayer to lift a little bit of paint off. I think that one's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. This one too, kind of grungy. Oh, and this is the elusive color quinacridone nickel hazel gold. I left that on there, and now I think I am pulling them up and blotting them. And then I realized I could, like, basically create a pattern on the tissue paper that I'm using to blot them with. I don't know if that tissue paper makes it into the flip through at the end. It's a little hit and miss. Shouldn't stencil in this smallest space. Or stencil. Or jelly print. It's a bit small of a space. There we go. So I decide the way to add more into the gel plate is by actually stenciling with the rune blocks in some brown. Just kind of eliminating all the empty space. Now the fresh Yupo paper will pull up stuff from your gel plate, so you have to be careful. Once you've used it a little bit and it's got paint, it's less likely to do that, but it can still do that if you're not careful. And I'm adding my craft paint turquoise. So it's going over that layer of quinacridone. And this one I did this way too. I was trying to make a whole bunch of shorts, so but usually I have the upper and the side camera going at the same time. But I like that one. I think it's cool. So now we're going to play with the circles for a minute. Trying to decide how I want them all to fit in. They didn't all have to fit in. I could have just... I don't think... Well, I definitely don't get all 12 on here. I wasn't really going for composition. I was just sticking them on. But, I don't know. I was thinking about it a little too hard. Mixing the turquoise with the other blue from Hippie Crafter. Again, I think I try for a long haulers, but I don't do that many. If I actually did a long haul and did 30 pulls, that would be the whole video, was the 30 pulls with one set of stencils. And I don't even make it all the way through all my stencils. I can't remember if this is the last one. I know this video is kind of long. I hope it's interesting to you if you like jelly printing. If you haven't heard of PM Artist Studios, look at the link below and check them out. They have a ton of stencils now. They're getting quite a variety. Yeah. Putting the same paper down because I thought it was boring. And now it looks like a misprint. Look at it. Woo! Because I didn't measure, I didn't guideline, I just threw it back on there. But yeah, check them out. I'm pretty sure it's okay to use that discount code that's in the description box below. It'll save you a little bit. I didn't use a coupon when I shopped. I should have gone looking for somebody's coupon. pink's really running out. I'm surprised I haven't tossed it out yet. And I'm going to stick that one back on. Look at that crazy. They look like misprints. Okay, this is another one of those, the Treasure Gold in silver. Just because I wanted to try using it. I should do some printing with those. I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 colors that I got when Hobby Lobby did its latest clearance. Not like I needed more paint, but it was metallic. They were so pretty. That's an interesting green color. That is a fluorescent green mixed with all the grunge that's already there. And then back with my nickel laser gold, the Quinn Gold. I like this one. It did dry a little bit on the edges, so it didn't make a perfectly clean print. But every time I see something with that color, I just feel sad. That they aren't going to be manufacturing that color anymore. I'm so sad. I think I heard that it was because one of the minerals or something they used to make that color is no longer available or in short supply. I'm not sure. But yeah, it just makes me sad. I've loved that color for years. I think I got it in a sample golden set. They have little sets of their stuff that you can sample. So yes, I did go buy me a couple bottles. The stuff is expensive. And just gonna set that down again. All of these circle ones I'm just doing as these like weird misprint things. I don't feel like I was quite in my groove today, but yeah. I have to come back and do some more printing and try not to think about using every stencil that I bought. Maybe I'd get more in the groove. So this time I'm pulling it up with some deli paper, just because I felt like it. I think that is buff titanium that I put down. And here's the pull. It's kind of interesting. That cardboard that I used to make marks is kind of like snakeskin. Yep, playing with my Quinn Gold. Taking that weird green colored one, adding it. I'm not so sure that this was an improvement. Oh yeah, there you go. See, quinacridone nickel laser gold makes everything better. You gotta admit, if you don't like it, just do a glaze of that and it improves everything. That orange was too bright for me, so I'm putting some blue down that's a little transparent. Yeah. Now the silver one, I think, why am I going with orange? I don't know. Mixing orange and brown. Just to get a mottled sort of look. And putting that silver down. Yeah, not so sure about those circles. Oh, the last one I do is the birds. That's right, I wanted to do the birds and the words. So here is Froyle's quote. I put it with the orange and it didn't show up at all. So we're going to try this again. This time, just pull it like this. Now be careful with the U-post stencils. You don't want to leave them on paper too long. They will fuse to it. See, now that's cool, right? So now we're going to take the bird, set it down, and then lift the color around it, and then hopefully it can go on top of. So if you get all the excess, the underneath of the bird should still be wet. Right there. So we're going to take the quote. I think this is the one with the quote on it. And pull it. Yeah, like that. Cool, huh? Well, the technique. Again, with the quinacridone. Because I just heard. Actually, when I was doing this particular printing session was before I heard that quin was no longer going to be made. I don't know if I would have used it as freely. Might have been a little bit more conservative. Alright. That ended up being an interesting, grungy sort of blue. Like oxidized copper or something. That brayer off, don't you think? And there's the bird. Putting this one right over the top of that bright orange paper. Yeah. I don't know what it was with orange today, because I used it a lot, and it's really not my color of choice. Using that pink one more time. I like the pink and blue mixture. You can see a little bit of the hint of the quote in the background. It's just kind of residual on the plate. And this one was paper that I'd already used before. Had the rune blocks on it. I was just using that to pull up some purple. So I've got a little bit of layers there. I'm using that to block the background. Thought I'd give it a try. The bird is dry now, by the way. Didn't exactly protect the whole plate, did I? I could just go around with some rice paper and try to lift that a little bit. I washed it. You didn't see me, but I had to wait for that turquoise to dry. So I just went ahead and washed with a baby wipe the turquoise that was where I didn't want it. I think this is the last one. This is a little wood carving. I stamped out. Sorry, I heard somebody walking down the hall and hurried and stopped the voiceover. So I stamped areas, but I didn't think it would have enough strength just to do a background to pull it. So I decided to use some more of my new, I think this is the new metallic True Gold brand. Well, that's not the brand, but Treasure Gold by Folk Art, and this one is called Blue Quartz. And I'm just restamping over the spots I stamped before, trying to avoid the bird. And I let that dry completely. It took a while, so it's a little bit thicker. And now I'm just taking some titanium white and putting the paper down. And that one is going to sit for a while. It did sit for a while. And pull that off. And yeah, I'm showing the other camera. Alright, so here they all are. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate you watching. If you made it all the way to the end, or if you jumped here, that's okay too. That was the one I had the highest hopes for. Leave me a comment. Love to hear your comments. Make sure you check out PM Artist Studio. Their store. Fun stuff. And they have foam stamps now too. I was going to buy me some. I just didn't think about it at the time I did this. So, yeah, I definitely want to get a butterfly foam stamp. I think that would be fun. I didn't even use my butterfly stencils in this session. Maybe next time. I'm sure there'll be a next time. I really love that one. I don't know why, I just do. And here's the one that I thought was so cool. I will put a photo close-up of the dragonflies at the end of this. And here's some of the rune blocks. The different layers that I pulled. Different pulls that I don't know. Yeah. Do you like them all together, or do you like them separated? I like them separated. Not necessarily in this order. I'm not so sure about the composition of these, but they have potential. I really like this one. But I need better paper. This paper was so bad. I went and bought me some Hammermill color copy paper, so I will have to try that out. It's got to be better than that. And then the circle medallions. They look like fuzzy prints that had issues. I don't know. Adding a little quinacridone gold to everything. Just random pulls. Gotta like that color. I like that color. This one not so much. It might need something else. Purple is cool. If you like pinky purple. That one's just a clean off. And then the last one. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.